Hello and welcome back to another Weather Guide video. Today we'll be talking about a update to yesterday's video, as well as looking a little bit further ahead. This starts a process that I'll be going through during this quarantine period to try and gain some subscribers on my channel, and part of that is doing daily uploads. So the earliest that you will be viewing this is at 8 a.m. on April 16th. To see everything that I'm doing, go on my Instagram that I will link in the description below. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another Weather Guide video. Now, let's get into it. So here I am on the NAM 12-kilometer model. We have a little blast of snow that went through Chicago and that area this morning. And areas near Chicago picked up a decent amount of snow. There was a car crash, I believe, in the Chicago area. I believe it was a 50-car pileup. So even though something might not seem that significant, it could still pack a punch. And that's what we're talking about with this next system that we're going to be tracking throughout the rest of this week and into the weekend. So right now to the mountains, and that's going to continue to stay in the mountains, dropping a pretty significant amount of snow, and that's just going to track out into the plains, and then we get a pretty large swath of some moderate snowfall. And you could see some heavy snowfall right near that rain-snow line, as well as some wind behind this as well. We could also see some thunderstorms popping up on this line. Then that continues to track eastward, and then move into the northeast with a little bit more power behind it. Line of thunderstorms possible here, as well as more soaking rain for the northeast. Sunday night into Monday, the northeast got hammered with some pretty decent rainfall, 2 to 3 inches in spots. But that trend of just very wet weather is going to continue to occur throughout the next few days. Tonight, well, technically when you're seeing this, last night, there was some more moisture moving through the region, and then by that time it would be Saturday, Friday into Saturday, more wet weather in the region. Then after the storm moves off with a pretty significant amount of storms as well, some storms firing up on that line, we're going to start to see a new low pressure build, and that'll start drawing up some more moisture. There's some moisture in Canada that might dip into the northern tier of the country, as well as a Rocky Mountain system. And then we're starting to see some more thunderstorm activity. Now, on Monday as well, Sunday into Monday, we saw a huge severe weather event in the south. Now, that trend is not stopping anytime soon, and this new tornado alley that we're talking about, the Dixie Alley, is going to be heavily impacted by these storms. Now, I also want to take a look at the NAM 3-kilometer model for the storm that we were originally tracking. Just because we have it updated now, and we have this more clear, more precise visualization of the storm. So, some areas of heavy snow, and we also have some severe thunderstorms, those reds firing up along this line of thunderstorms. And then as that continues to track along, just moisture just there. Nothing really severe, just that same type of thing that we were dealing with on the 12-kilometer model. But then you could also see some storms starting to fire up now into Friday. And and then that line of thunderstorms continues to develop into Saturday, with the main period of time that this is really going to start firing up is probably going to get loaded into the NAM 3-kilometer model tomorrow, in tomorrow's update. So that's all I wanted to show you on the NAM, other than this. So, significantly downgraded from the 12-kilometer model. So we have still that target area in Iowa, but now we're seeing a larger swath of 1 to 3, with 3 to 5 and even 6 plus in Iowa and western New York. So those are our two main target spots, as well as the Rocky Mountains getting a significant amount of snow. Too bad most of the ski resorts are closed right now, because there's definitely a nice pack of snowfall in the Rocky Mountains right now, just continually getting that snowfall in there. So with that, let's move on to the further outlooks with the GFS and the European model. So here we are on the GFS model. This is where we're going to be getting a lot further in the forecasting range, pretty much as far as I can get with 384 hours. So right now we're at 6 hours from now, which is actually right about now. So as we click through here, we're going to start to see that storm quickly move out, and now we're going to start looking ahead. GFS shows that another low pressure move is going to be moving with that storm system developing out of the ocean, and that'll be more of a story for the Atlantic. Then it also shows some moisture pulling up here with that Canadian moisture, and then that just developing into a what seems like a severe weather outbreak across Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and that moving up the coast as a nor'easter, possible heavy winds on the Cape with some wraparound rain and snow bands. Then it shows this next system with, again, another severe threat. This one a little bit further out with Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, then into Georgia, Kentucky, the Carolinas. So that Dixie Alley is going to continue to be a hot spot for tornadoes right now. Then the GFS is showing a really interesting development here, where we have this significantly stronger low pressure develop with some higher winds, but also that severe threat, and then that just spins through the country really slowly as well. We have this developing at hour 2:58, and we're not done with it until the end, because these two systems kind of join together, this one right here and this one, and it kind of spins and just stays put over the US. So possibly, this is very far out, so this has a very low probability of happening, but right now it's showing a soaking storm with a severe threat from Sunday the 26th until Friday, May 1st, and even further. So with that, let's go to the European model and see the slight differences between the two. Now, here we are on the European model. We are here at about right now, and we're just gonna click through here. So we have the storm that we were talking about earlier. Then after that, this also shows that we're gonna start to see that severe threat pop up, and this shows that a low pressure develops much further south, and that the severe threat could be a little bit more widespread, a little bit more isolated than the GFS. Then it also shows that moving off as a nor'easter. So there's high probability that that actually happens if two of the more accurate models are predicting it. Then it also shows that as another low pressure that actually sweeps in and more moisture in the northeast. Now this is also showing that second system pretty decently, actually, coming into the south with that severe threat as well. And that shows that this will move off a little bit quicker than the GFS does. So very slight differences, not that huge. This is also showing that the Pacific Northwest might be getting a little more moisture as well, especially as we get into later runs. We have California getting a little rain right there, but then just the parade of storms coming into the Pacific Northwest, just flowing onto the coast continuously, and we might start to see that pattern here as we get deeper into spring with those soaking northwestern storms, as well as our Dixie Alley severe threats. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you like this video, and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when I post another weather guide video. As always, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.